Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for Friday, November 15th state that Anna Devane discussed Robert Scorpio's leave of absence with Felicia Scorpio. Anna felt terrible because she had instructed Holly Sutton to say goodbye to Robert, and Robert was presumably off attempting to help her cope with all of her serious issues. Although Anna believed Robert was setting himself up for heartbreak, Felicia remained optimistic. Felicia also predicted Robert would return to bond with Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Meanwhile, Felicia intimated that Sasha would discover what it meant to have a family and come to know the other Scorpio clan members better. Next, Lucky Spencer sparred with Sonny Corinthos in the boxing ring and acknowledged to being conflicted. Lucky felt horrible about abandoning his loved ones again, but he also felt restless and unfulfilled in Port Charles. Sonny offered to locate Lucky a genuine employment if he stayed, but he insisted that Lucky do what was best for himself. Later, Sonny made a phone call that appeared to set something in motion for Lucky. At GH, Elizabeth Baldwin delivered Jordan Ashford good news about Lulu Spencer's recuperation and praised Isaiah Gannon for carrying out her share of the transplant. In Terry Randolph's office, she astonished Isaiah by offering him a real job at the hospital. Terry handed out some material and encouraged Isaiah to consider working as a surgeon at GH. Terry then updated Liz on her offer to Isaiah and discovered that Lucky was already considering quitting PC again. Elizabeth was mostly upset with herself for believing she could have a true co-parent and that they could be a family. Liz basically realized that this limbo wasn't fair to her or Aiden Weber and resolved to simply tell Lucky to go. Back with Isaiah, he ran into Jordan and informed her of Terry's job offer. Although Isaiah believed he could do more for people in Africa, Jordan reminded him of his ability level and advised him that he was most required in the operation room. Isaiah eventually informed Lucky about the job offer, and Lucky felt Isaiah should stay in PC if he felt it was right. However, Lucky was still attempting to forge his own way. Carly Spencer arrives at Jason Morgan's home after Christina Corinthos Davis informed her about the trouble. Jason confesses to having a confrontation with Drew Quartermaine at the Quartermaine mansion. Carly was shocked to see Jason and Drew fight while Danny Morgan and Scout Quartermaine were right upstairs. Jason said Drew had it coming and was convinced the cops would not get involved. Carly was disgusted by Jason's behavior the night before Sam McCall's funeral and walked off to clean up his mess. When Drew brought Rick Lansing to the Q-Mans, Rick observed his beaten face and hoped they would press charges against Jason. Drew argued it was not what he wanted and urged Rick to assist him in reaching an agreement with Jason instead. Drew admitted to kissing Willow Corinthos, but Rick believed there was more to the story. Drew ultimately admitted to sleeping with Willow as well, but said Jason was unaware of this. Drew agreed not to press charges in exchange for Jason's silence, so Rick showed up at Jason's house to get him to sign an NDA. Jason refused, but he gave Rick a message to deliver to Drew. Jason had no intention of disclosing the information and stated that if it did, it would not come from him. Drew received a visit from a concerned Carly. Drew felt Carly was there to aid Jason and accused her of always siding with her BFF. Carly knew Jason wouldn't act that way without a cause, so she believed Drew had given him a good one. According to General Hospital spoilers, Carly will eventually discover Drew and Willow's adultery, so prepare for the drama that awaits. General Hospital spoilers suggest that a newly leaked video has rekindled many viewers' emotions about Kelly Monaco's departure. Following Monaco's final scenes, she was presented with a large bouquet of flowers and given the opportunity to address the entire crew on set. Someone managed to capture a video of the speech, which has been going viral on social media. Monaco appeared to be near tears as she discussed her 25-year tenure on that lot and how everyone at GH had become family. The former General Hospital star thanked everyone for the memories and experiences she promised to carry with her for the rest of her life. Monaco gave a particular shout-out to Mark Teschner, the casting director who started this fantastic journey for her. "And it has been a wild ride, and it will not be the last that you see of me," Monaco remarked, to which practically everyone in the room applauded. However, one section of the video has sparked criticism of executive producer Frank Valentini. While almost everyone else is clapping and displaying their support for Monaco, Valentini does not appear to have joined in. Following the video's release, many fans on X, formerly known as Twitter, were upset. Of course, Frank Valentini has already received criticism from many fans for Kelly Monaco's dismissal and Sam's tragic exit story. After Monaco's firing was announced, she made some cryptic social media comments implying that her forced exit was retaliation. Fans are still waiting to see if Monaco would reveal the full unpleasant story at some time. Whatever the situation, Kelly Monaco's final day on set has left many admirers complimenting her for remaining gracious despite the difficult circumstances. Monaco has had a difficult time, but she delivered an excellent final speech. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sam's funeral will have some sad moments on screen between November 18th and 22nd, so stay tuned for more predictions on the service and updates on how her loved ones will deal with it. In the Quartermaine foyer, Nina asked an angry and silent Jason whether he was going to congratulate his brother on becoming a congressman. Drew put on a phony smile and gave Jason his hand to shake. Jason instantly decked Drew across the mouth, knocking him to the ground. Drew stood up to fight back, but Jason was too strong and continued to batter his nearly identical twin. A terrified Nina begged for them to halt as Brooklyn and Lois emerged from the living room. Ned finally appeared to grab Jason from Drew. When Drew asked Jason why he punched him, Jason said, "You know why," and walked out the front door. Nina and the Quartermaine women attended to Drew. Lois recommended him visit the ER, but Ned didn't want another front-page scandal. Drew agreed that he didn't need the spotlight after being elected to Congress. Nina wanted Willow to check Drew's eye. She wanted to call the cops, but Ned refused. At the gatehouse, Michael asked Willow how she felt about Drew's move to D.C. Willow stated she was relieved Drew was leaving town. "With Drew in D.C., you won't be forced to have a daily reminder of what I did staring at you in the face," Willow pointed out. As Jason was watching Drew's acceptance speech at the Brown Dog, Michael strolled in and offered to pay the bartender to turn it off. Jason was perplexed and told Michael that he suspected Michael and Drew were close. "We were until he started kissing my wife," Michael explained. Jason was taken aback by the news and inquired whether Michael and Willow were experiencing problems. Michael described how he discovered Drew and Willow had kissed, went immediately to the Brown Dog, and ran into Sasha. "I slept with Sasha, so now I made everything worse, and now I think my marriage is over," Michael told me. Michael explained that he and Willow were constantly lying to one another and did not trust each other. He still wished his marriage to succeed, but he didn't believe it was possible. "We both slept with other people," Michael explained. Jason called Michael back up because he thought Drew and Willow had kissed. "That's what they admitted, but I discovered that Willow and Drew are sleeping together. What if Willow is in love with Drew?" Michael asked. Michael never thought Willow could be unfaithful, but he admitted he was a hypocrite because he had slept with Sasha. Jason suggested Michael listen to Willow. "I'm afraid she'd say there's no future for us," Michael sighed. Spinelli arrived after Michael had left to provide an update on Jason's quest for Valentine. Jason believed they should focus on Brennan. Spinelli lamented that Sam would be ideal for this role. Jason then sought counsel from Spinelli, his father. Jason indicated that Danny wants to live with him while remaining with Scout and Rocco. Neither Danny nor Spinelli understood how that would work. Jason wanted to be there for Danny, but he was unsure whether he should live with the other kids. Spinelli knew it would hurt Jason, but Jason didn't care. "I'm not worried about myself. I just need to protect the people I care about," Jason remarked. Nina watched Drew's acceptance speech from backstage before congratulating the convicted criminal New York billionaire on his recent federal election victory. As Drew and Nina embraced, Carly appeared and gave her own congratulations, unaware that Brennan was immediately behind her. Carly was relieved that America will have an honest man in Washington. Carly then introduced Brennan and Drew. Later, Brennan speculated that Drew may have used Carly as a political stepping stone when they were involved last year. Carly was immediately outraged, reminding Brennan that Drew had gone to prison to save her. Drew never imagined he'd go to prison. He expected to get a slap on the wrist. "So, maybe it wasn't the enormous heroic sacrifice you thought it was," Brennan admitted candidly. Carly wondered if this meant Drew was using her. Brennan asked Carly the same thing. While Carly and Drew caught up, Nina discovered Willow in the ladies' room. Nina mentioned that Drew would be a wonderful congressman far away in D.C. Maxie later found Nina and inquired if she had told Willow she was sleeping with Drew. Nina didn't believe it was necessary because Willow had informed her that there was nothing going on between her and Drew. Nina also believed that, despite his weaknesses, Drew would be a great congressman. Maxie begged to differ. Flaws? Drew made out with his nephew's bride and then slept with her mother, Maxie exclaimed incredulously. When Nina made excuses for Drew, claiming that many politicians had indiscretions, Maxie realized she was still sleeping with him. Maxie told Nina that she did not want to watch her become wounded. Drew cannot hurt me. I don't care enough, Nina stated. Maxie clarified that she wasn't referring to Drew hurting Nina. She was worried that Willow might. Willow and Drew eventually met eyes. Drew credited Willow with his victory. You are the one who encouraged me to run. You believed in me to be better, to do better, Willow added. Curtis and Portia savored the appetizers and celebrated the fact that Curtis would now be in control at Aurora. Unfortunately, Drew did not think the same way. When Michael arrived at the celebration, Drew invited him to become Aurora's new CEO. Willow interrupted them before Michael could answer. Michael approached Willow and asked to meet her at home. Michael returned to the gatehouse and informed Willow he needed to chat. Meanwhile, Nina and Drew returned to the main home. When they opened the door, they discovered an irate Jason standing there. Lois cornered Ned in the Quartermain living room and inquired why he and everyone else in the house were avoiding her. Something is going on in this house, and you're not moving until you tell me what it is, said Lois. Ned admitted that something had happened, but refused to reveal what. So Lois turned to Brooklyn and demanded that she spill, as Ned mouthed no at his daughter. Brooklyn admitted she knew the secret, but she refused to tell Lois because Lois couldn't keep a secret. Ned recalls Lois telling Sonny earlier this year that Nina had turned Drew and Carly into the SEC. Gio presented Sasha with a newly arriving package in the Q kitchen. Chase attempted to stop her from opening it, but she did so anyway. Chase was shocked when he discovered the gift contained a guide for first-time fathers. Sasha was ecstatic to learn that Brooklyn and Chase were trying to conceive. As Sasha and Chase caught up, Chase admitted that he couldn't stop thinking about being a father, while Sasha regretted Holly's departure and the loss of Cody. Chase acknowledged Robert's leave of absence. Sasha was already aware because he had skipped town with my mother. Sasha was relieved Robert would be gone for a long since it would give her time to adjust to the thought of his being her father. It's comforting to know that I am not alone in the world. I never anticipated to have a father. I'm not even sure what that is meant to look like. Brooklyn soon came and noticed Chase's fatherhood book on the counter. He admitted that Sasha knew they were trying to conceive a baby. Sasha swore to keep the news a secret. Sonny and Maxie spent some time alone in Maxie's office, discussing Christina's accident. Natalia stated that she had an accident a few years ago while inattentive. Christina's accident prompted Natalia to ponder and conclude that she should have done better for her children. When Natalia saw Christina and Sonny together, she realized she was an overbearing parent. If I'd gotten a call that Allie was in an accident, I'd rushed in. I would have taken control and concentrated on all of her minor injuries. I would not have observed my daughter's emotional agony. Alexis tried to concentrate on work but couldn't keep her gaze away from a photo of herself and her girls on her desk. Christina soon emerged and inquired if Alexis was okay before revealing her that she had been in a minor accident the night before. She didn't want to burden Alexis with the news while she was mourning Sam. Christina said that Sonny had returned her to his home, which infuriated Alexis because Christina informed her father about the accident rather than her mother. Christina was only telling Alexis the truth now because Sonny had asked her to. Alexis could see Christina needed to talk, but she declined. After Alexis persisted, Christina admitted to thinking about Danny and Scout. She also had a significant question: why did I live and Sam die? Christina asked. Christina felt that no one counted on her in the same manner as they did Sam. At Sonny's penthouse, Sonny and Michael talked about Sam's death and concerned about Dante. Sonny asked Michael what else was on his mind. My marriage, Michael announced. Michael didn't go into depth, but he did tell Sonny that he and Willow were having difficulty. I'm afraid what I thought Willow and I had was just an illusion, Michael told me. Natalia called, interrupting the chat. She invited Sonny to see her and Christina since Christina needed her father. Willow opened her front door to Drew and quickly informed him that he could not be there. Willow claimed Michael was upstairs, but Drew realized she was lying after seeing Michael leave. Willow explained to Drew that he couldn't just stop by. Drew ignored what Willow said and walked right in. Drew gave Willow back her earring. She was happy Drew had discovered it on the floor of the playroom before anyone else. I didn't want you to have to make up a lie as to how it got there, Drew said me. He noticed that Willow was not a natural liar because she blushed whenever she spoke a lie. Willow maintained that what occurred in the playroom was a mistake. I want you to keep your distance from now on, Willow replied tentatively. Drew approached her from behind and whispered, You're blushing. Willow also knew Drew had lied when he claimed he had only stopped by to return her lone earring. You, too, have something to tell. You don't blink, Willow replied. Drew admitted that he went there to make sure she was fine. I'm fine, but I don't think it's good for us to be friends anymore, Willow told me. Drew was saddened to have lost a friend, which affected Willow's hurting heart. She knew Drew was going through a terrible period and inquired about Scout's feelings. Drew stated that he was determined to be the type of father Scout could rely on. Willow put her hand on Drew's face just as Michael looked out the window. Michael promptly took up the phone and contacted Diane to schedule a meeting regarding his marriage. Natalia called for aid from the side of the road following a car accident. When she checked on the other driver, she discovered Christina in the passenger seat, with the airbag deployed. Christina claimed that she did not need an ambulance. Christina appeared shaken up but said that she was distracted. Natalia had learned of Sam's death and expressed her condolences to Christina. While Natalia and Christina waited for Sonny, Christina revealed that she had went to Adela's cemetery. While I was there, I recognized that I would soon be visiting Sam there as well. I lost both my sister and my baby. Christina shed tears as she said, They're both gone. Christina inquired of Natalia how Blaze was doing. Natalia admitted that Blaze was still not answering her mother's phone calls and messages. I deeply regret the way I treated her. Maybe that's why I admire your close friendship with Alexis. Christina was relieved to see Sonny and fell into her father's embrace. Sonny returned Christina to the penthouse and asked her what had happened. Christina claimed that she became distracted while driving after listening to a song on Sam's playlist. Diane came inside her office and found Alexis there. She promptly embraced her best buddy and expressed her condolences over Sam. Alexis was browsing law books. Diane believed Alexis should bury herself in work as a distraction and a way to save her sanity. Alexis sat down at her desk and began working. Alexis praised Diane for not asking too many questions, and she took the opportunity to speak on her own. I don't know how I'll go on living without my daughter. I sat there, watching her die, and there was nothing I could do. It was outside of my control. Alexis felt unhappy with herself for not being able to soothe Dante, her daughters, and her grandkids. Diane maintained that Sam's death was not Alexis' responsibility. You should take care of yourself. If you don't, there won't be anything left of you to help those who rely on you, Diane warned. While Alexis and Diane were poring over legal documents, Alexis noticed Sam's final will and testament on the desk. Jason met Anna in her office. She wanted to know how the warehouse explosion related to the diamond robbery that motivated Sidwell to kidnap Sasha. How long have you been involved with Holly's plan? Maybe you both devised this plan while we were in Africa. How long have you lied to me? Anna asked. Anna was upset when Jason refused to provide any information. There's an international criminal on the loose. I don't need to tell you how dangerous Sidwell is, Anna remarked. Jason still claimed to have no idea where Sidwell was. Anna demanded honesty, but Jason was unprepared to provide it. I don't ask you to share everything that you and the PCPD are doing, he told me. Jason reassured Anna that they were friends, but there were boundaries that must not be broken. Anna knew Jason's loyalty to Sunny would always come first, but she still asked him for help in finding Valentine. Jason promised to help Anna. After leaving Anna's office, Jason went to see Brennan. He inquired as to where Sidwell was, but Brennan could only inform him that Sidwell no longer posed a threat to anyone in Port Charles. Brennan also provided Jason some guidance. Don't assist Anna locate Valentine. It will not end well for Commissioner Devane, Brennan said. Felicia spotted Sasha in an exam room, waiting to have her shoulder examined. Sasha informed Felicia that she had been kidnapped and had just survived an explosion. Sasha conveyed the scenario to Sidwell, Holly, and the jewels. Felicia stated that she had known Holly for decades and was aware of the harm she might cause, but she believed that Sasha should give Holly a chance. Felicia also wanted Sasha to start thinking of her and the other Scorpios as family. Felicia defended Holly, assuring Sasha that she was capable of love. There are things about Holly that you do not know, Felicia stated. She wondered if Holly gave Sasha to her mother because he reminded her of losing Robert. After Felicia left, Sasha called the Metro Court and discovered that Holly had checked out. When the doctor finally saw Sasha, she wanted to run some x-rays to see if she was pregnant. Sasha returned to her romp with Michael and avoided the x-rays. Holly showed up at Brennan's office and told him he owed her money. Brennan mentioned all of the aid he had recently offered Holly. He first got her away from Sidwell in Africa, and now he's helping to save Sasha. Holly kept track of the money she owed a crime gang while working as a freelancer for the WSB. If I don't pay back that money, I will most certainly be killed and the WSB will be responsible. Holly thought the diamonds would be enough to retire on, but now all she needed was the WSB to pay off her debt and save her life. I hope the next time the WSB needs my talents, that I am still alive to help them out, Holly informed us. Brennan offered Holly a one-way flight to Lisbon on a WSB plane. Holly accepted the job, but then went to Anna and requested for assistance. An enraged Mac stormed into Robert's office, demanding to know what trouble Holly had gotten his brother into this time. Sasha was kidnapped. We got her back, Robert replied plainly. Mac realized the warehouse explosion had something to do with Holly. Robert often made excuses for Holly, asking Mac, "Who am I to judge with all the secrets I've kept?" Robert noted that Felicia had shattered Mac's heart several times. Mac admitted that Robert was correct. Jordan inquired at the hospital about Lulu's condition, and Elizabeth reported that she was improving. Jordan saw that Laura's delight was tempered by her grief at Sam dying to save her daughter. Liz said they were all delighted that Dr. Gannon consented to perform the procedure. She mentioned that Isaiah hadn't been in the OR in a long time, but he had proven himself to be a skilled surgeon. Jordan agreed that it appeared so. Lucky went to Sunny in the gym and told him he wanted some advice. Sunny stated that he needed to beat something in order to vent his fury. Lucky went to acquire some gloves so he could spar with Sunny inside the ring. While they argued, Lucky told Sunny that he had no idea what he was doing in Port Charles, that it wasn't his home, and that he was already considering leaving. Lucky remarked that he felt like he had a purpose while he was out in the world, but he didn't believe he could make a difference in PC. Sunny asked Lucky whether he was concerned about leaving his family behind again. Sunny wondered who would be waiting for Lucky if he went to Africa. Lucky explained that he simply hops off the plane and jumps in where needed. Sunny wondered what the rush was. They discussed Laura and Lulu, as well as how some individuals in town, such as Aiden, wanted him to stay. He's used to me not being around, Lucky explained. That's not a great thing, is it? Sunny asked. Lucky wondered what he'd be doing for work in Port Charles. He didn't want to dig ditches or be a cop anymore. Lucky claimed he was looking for a way to fit in, but why should he stay if what he was looking for was not available? Sunny volunteered to assist Lucky get a job. Lucky stated that it would have to be legitimate. Sunny said that he would be doing him a favor, but if he didn't want to be there, he shouldn't stay because others wanted him to. Lucky felt it made him sound selfish. Sunny indicated that it was time to move on. Lucky stated that it felt wrong regardless of what he thought he should do. Sonny advised Lucky to be his own man, just like his father. He promised to support Lucky no matter what he did. You should be open about why you're going. You must be honest with both your son and your mother. But especially with yourself, Sonny stated. Lucky mentioned that he needed to see someone. Sonny said he hoped he would stick around. After Lucky left, Sonny called and requested someone to arrange something for an old friend. In her office, Isaiah addressed Dr. Randolph and inquired as to why she had called him. He wondered whether something was wrong with Lulu's rehabilitation. Instead, she offered him a job. Isaiah was taken aback, but stated that he would not hesitate to analyze the contract. We're willing to do whatever it takes to keep you at GH, Terry told me. Liz stepped in after Isaiah left to provide an update. She pledged to keep it a secret and was thrilled to learn of Dr. Gannon's employment offer. Terry mentioned that Lucky would be pleased if his best friend accepted the job and remained in Port Charles. Dr. Gannon might end up sticking around, but Lucky's already looking for his next adventure, Liz told me. Elizabeth didn't understand why Lucky thought he wasn't useful to anyone. She mentioned how he was there for his mother and Isaiah, as well as how he stepped up to help Aiden. When it gets genuine, Lucky takes off. I shouldn't have been surprised, Liz explained. She stated she was furious at herself for believing that this time may have been different and Lucky would have stayed. Elizabeth stated that she wished he would stay and imagined her boy having a father and herself having a co-parent. Terry wondered if she hoped to have Lucky as a partner. Liz admits to having strange, contradictory feelings about them being a family. Elizabeth told Terry that it wasn't fair to her or Aiden if he wasn't going to stay and establish a life there, he should leave. Jordan and Isaiah crossed paths in the hospital hallway. He told her that Dr. Randolph had offered him a job at GH, but he was unlikely to accept it. Isaiah stated that while 500 people in the country might have performed Lulu's surgery, he was one of the few making a difference in Africa. You want to be wherever you can do the most good and save the most lives, Jordan told the crowd. She pointed out that he believed he was the best in the country, therefore that would be the or. Isaiah invited Lucky to meet him at the hospital. He informed him that he was about to ask him to return to Africa, but he had recently been offered a position as a surgeon at the hospital. Lucky believed it was an excellent opportunity. Isaiah inquired as to whether Lucky planned to stay, but he was unsure. Anna asked Felicia in her office if Robert had informed her of his leave of absence. Felicia assumed he was on a well-deserved holiday. Anna told him Holly was in a lot of difficulty, and they both left town at the same time. So what are the chances you think that he'll have a relaxing holiday? Anna wanted to know. Felicia inquired whether Sasha was really Anna's concern or if she had feelings for Robert. Anna expressed concern that Robert would hurry to save Holly and run into her arms, just for Holly to find another reason to avoid making a meaningful commitment. Felicia told out that Robert didn't simply go to save Holly, he departed to save Sasha's mother, which may change things. Anna wasn't sure they'd be gone long because they wanted to create a bond with their daughter. Felicia explained that she and Anna were aware of this, but Sasha was not. As they exited the office, Felicia saw how many Scorpio family members Sasha now had. Anna assumed Sasha had no idea what it was like to have a large family, but Felicia was convinced that this was about to change. Carly went to Jason's and reported that Christina had told her she saw him walking through the diner, and he appeared to have been in an accident. Jason said he was all right, but grudgingly acknowledged that he had a fight with Drew. He refused to tell Carly why, claiming that Drew had received all he deserved. Jason told Carly that he would wait for Drew when he got home and then hit him. You got into a fight with Drew at the Quartermaines with Danny and Scout right upstairs? Carly asked. She warned Jason that if the kids had witnessed that, he would have ruined their lives. Jason stated that it had to happen even if it was the night before Sam's burial. Carly was concerned that Drew would involve the police, but Jason was confident it would not happen. Carly raged that Jason might be jailed and prosecuted for anything he's ever done. It's a risk I had to take, Jason explained. And you won't tell me why? Carly asked. Jason claimed he wouldn't, so Carly left to clean up his mess. Drew invited Rick to come over and see his wounded face. Drew informed him that he and Jason had a quarrel. Rick laughed and added, "Please tell me we are filing charges." Rick claimed that his mutual dislike for Jason made him the ideal candidate to represent him. "Does that mean that attorney-client privilege is in effect?" Drew asked. "Absolutely," Rick replied with a grin. Drew informed Rick that there was something he should know. "The reason Jason attacked me is because I've had some involvement with Michael's wife, Willow," Drew told me. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.